Let's jump right into this explainer because today we're looking at something that is an absolute game changer for anyone staring down a blank page. We're talking about the quiet magic that happens when you finally ditch all those rigid rules you were taught and literally just let your pen move. So whether you're outlining a new project, trying to find your unique voice, or you're just feeling completely stuck, the source material we're digging into today shows us exactly why free writing and brainstorming aren't just necessary steps. No, they are actually supposed to be genuinely fun and, trust me, incredibly useful. So think about it. Do you ever feel that massive, invisible weight on your shoulders the second you sit down at your desk? It's like this suffocating pressure to make absolutely every single sentence profound right out of the gate. You kind of feel like every plot twist needs to be pure brilliance the exact moment it leaves your brain, and that your rough draft should just magically be immaculate. Well, if you've been feeling that familiar tightness in your shoulders, that sneaky anxiety whispering that your words just aren't good enough before they're even on the page, I want you to take a deep breath with me right now.
Section 1. The invisible weight and releasing that pressure. Look, before we can actually tap into our best ideas, we literally have to set those heavy expectations down. We're talking about a huge mindset shift here. It's moving away from the invisible weight of all those rigid rules and stepping into the pure freedom of play. You just can't soar if you're chained to the demand for instant perfection, you know? When you operate under those strict shoulds and musts, writing is just agonizing. But when you flip the switch to pure play, that is when the magic actually happens. It's no longer a test you're cramming for, it's an exploration. And honestly, it's highly useful because this unrestricted freedom is exactly what gives you the raw material you need to build really great stories.
Moving on to Section 2, Freedom in Free Writing and Finding Your Safe Space. The source material uses this absolutely beautiful metaphor that I love. It calls a free writing session a safe harbor for your mind. Just picture that for a second. A harbor protects ships from the crazy, violent storms out on the open ocean, right? Well, in the exact same way, once you drop the weight of perfectionism, free writing protects your delicate, brand new ideas from the storms of judgment. This is your space. No one is grading you here. No critical voice, yours or anybody else's, is allowed in. There are absolutely zero wrong answers in this harbor.
So, let's break down why this safe harbor is both incredibly useful and, honestly, just a lot of fun to visit. The text points out 3 primary joys to free writing. First up, you finally quiet the inner critic. When you literally give yourself permission to write badly, poof, the pressure evaporates. The critic has nothing to attack because you already know it's going to be messy. Second, you unlock unexpected treasures. This is huge. A lot of times, our most authentic voices and our wildly brilliant ideas are just hiding beneath the surface, waiting for us to stop overthinking so they can come out. And third, you get to experience writing as play again. Letting your thoughts just tumble onto the paper without a safety net, that brings back that untamed, childlike wonder we all had when we first started telling stories. It turns the whole thing back into an adventure.
Which brings us to Section 3, a warm conversation and the art of brainstorming. Now, brainstorming should absolutely never feel like hard labor. If you are sweating over a blank document trying to force ideas together, you're doing it the hard way. Instead, I want you to imagine brainstorming like this. It's like sitting down with a dear friend over a warm cup of tea to just dream about what could be. It's supposed to be a comforting, totally pressure-free dialogue with your own mind. When you're chatting with a good friend, you don't care if an idea sounds silly at first, right? You just throw it out there, you laugh, you explore, you dream big. That is exactly the energy to bring to brainstorming. It works so well, and it's genuinely fun. So, how do we navigate this friendly little chat with our own brains? The text gives us 3 great rules. Rule number 1, follow the spark. If an idea makes your heart beat even just a little bit faster, go down that rabbit hole. Even if it makes absolutely zero logical sense right now. Logic is for later. Rule number 2, trust that there are no dead ends. Every wild idea, every scribbled note, every weird bubble map, they are all stepping stones taking you straight to the heart of your story. Absolutely nothing is wasted. And rule number 3, embrace the mess.
And that leads perfectly into Section 4. Embrace the mess and let your curiosity lead.
We have got to start actively celebrating the chaos in our creative process. Look, society teaches us to be neat, right? Color inside the lines, always have a perfect outline. But early-stage creativity is wild by nature. Trying to tame it too early is exactly what completely kills the fun and the usefulness of the whole thing. Let those arrows cross. Let your doodles wander all over the page. Map out the messiest bubble map you can imagine. A messy page is definitely not a failure. It is actually the ultimate sign of a vibrant, working imagination. It proves your curiosity is in the driver's seat, pulling you in different directions and digging up those hidden treasures we talked about. By letting things be messy, you're just letting your brain do what it does best. Make crazy, unexpected, brilliant connections.
Which brings us to what I think is the most important takeaway from our source material today. Yes, your stories absolutely matter. They're important, but you matter more. The actual process of making these stories should bring warmth and excitement to your spirit, not exhaustion and dread. So the next time you sit down to write, give yourself the ultimate gift. Give yourself permission to be messy. Give yourself permission to experiment. And above all, give yourself permission to just have fun. That blank page, it isn't glaring at you with a list of harsh demands. It's actually waiting for you with open arms ready for whatever you want to throw at it.
So I want to leave you with this one final, exciting question as you head off to rediscover how fun and useful playing with your ideas can be. What little spark are you going to let yourself explore today? Remember, it doesn't have to be profound right out of the gate. Just grab a pen, toss the rules out the window, and see where the magic takes you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and have an amazing time writing.